Welcome back. This is the Intel on eNCA. I'm in conversation with Ronald Lamola, the Minister of Justice and Correctional Services, as well as a member of the National Executive Committee and NWC of the ANC. Minister, so this issue of the medical parole of former President Jacob Zuma has generated a lot of debate and discussion. And essentially, we're told it came down to a decision by the then Commissioner of Correctional Services, Arthur Fraser. What did you know and when did you know it around this decision?
Yeah, Thulas, the issue of medical parole is in the Correctional Services Act. As a minister, I'm responsible for the approval of medical parole or granting of medical parole for life prisoners, which I do from time to time, and it does happen on a regular basis. And the National Commissioner, in terms of the Act, is assigned anyone below a life sentence, including, he can also delegate to the regional heads, also heads of centers, who also, from time to time, use the Act to grant the parole. I was informed of the decision of the National Commissioner on the date when the decision was made. But even before the decision was made, I was informed that the old man is not well. There is a process that his doctors have undertaken, and also the department that they are undertaking, which is the medical assessments and all that process, which they said that they will obviously make recommendations depending on what is the outcome of the medical parole board.
So he has since said, has Arthur Fraser, that the Medical Parole Advisory Board did not believe that former President Jacob Zuma should have been released on medical parole, but he, Arthur Fraser, overrode their position and stance on that. Did he tell you that? Did you know that?
Yes, I'm aware. When he informed me about the decision, he also informed me of the recommendation of the Medical Parole Board, which obviously I had to engage with him on the matter to understand in terms of the laws, in terms of the Act, which he advised that in terms of the Act he does have authority. But I will not want to dwell much on whether the parole board's recommendations and also what the doctors and the medical experts have had recommended, because it's now a matter that is before court. I would prefer that let it be ventilated there, but I was informed.
So from your position, is the decision that Arthur Fraser made under those circumstances defensible?
I will not want to deal with that matter because, as I've said, it's a matter that is in the courts. But what I can state is that the awarding or the granting of medical parole finally is at the hands of the National Commissioner, who has got the authority to do it. Whether it was done wrongly or rightly, I think we'll have to leave it for the courts to decide, because I will now be prejudging the matter. I will prefer that let's allow the courts to ventilate the matter, but the Act does give the authority to the National Commissioner. And the Act also does give authority to myself as the minister to deal with the matters of inmates who have been sentenced to life.
So I've got two more questions then that are related to this. While you're talking about court processes, and I suppose South Africans can gauge for themselves what your thinking is without you dwelling on issues that are before courts, but just clarify what your position is in relation to the relief, the court relief that parties such as the DA, the Helen Suzman Foundation and AfriForum are seeking. Are you opposing, or are you, if you are cited there, or are you going to say, I'll abide, whatever the decision?
Yeah, obviously the relief that is sought against the person who made the decision, who knows all the facts. I don't know all the facts. The person who knew is the National Commissioner and the people who made the decision. So the relief is sought against them. There is no relief sought against me, although I'm cited, but there's no relief that is sought against me in all the papers that we've received, because I did not make the decision. In terms of the Act, they can only seek the relief from the person who made the decision and who has the information and the reasons for the decisions.
The last question is political, Ronald Lamola. You're a politician and you will get exactly what I'm saying. Isn't it just convenient that the person who has nothing to lose, who's already controversial, has been implicated in all sorts of, all manner of things, and was in fact meant to have gone to the State Capture Commission of Inquiry because he, and had been subject to various other investigations, so nothing to lose, has about a week and a half to 2 weeks left on his contract, is the one to take this this decision, just as he's at the door of the department. Isn't it just convenient?
No, it is not, Thulas. You make decisions up until the last day of your job. You make decisions in terms of what the Act says you can do. And if the Act provides for decisions, you are a national commissioner until the last day when you exit the office. You will remember even the former public protector. She did her job until the last day. I'm also going to do my job until... As I'm sitting here, the president can call a press conference tomorrow and say, Lamola, you are reshuffled to health, or you can go back to parliament. It can happen. And whatever decisions I've made today will still stand.
All right, so no spiders under those rocks as far as you are concerned. I'm going to need to move a bit quicker because I'm running out of time. The JSC is rerunning the interviews for the positions, the vacancies at the Constitutional Court. There's been a suggestion that there's no better acknowledgement that something went wrong in April than agreeing to rerun those interviews. Otherwise, you wouldn't rerun, being the JSC. You wouldn't rerun if the process had gone according to plan. What's wrong with the JSC? What's broken? What doesn't work? Given such an important mandate that they have in as far as appointment of very powerful people in our constitutional democracy, the judges, is it over-politicized?
I will not really want also to speak on behalf of the JSC. As you are aware, the JSC has its own spokesperson and processes. What I can say is that in relation to whether it's politicized or not, I think it is the best platform to take a decision. It's the most representative platform in this country where you find where no one can take a decision alone. Ourselves as politicians, myself with all the members of parliament that are there, we can't make a decision in the JSC. The judges on their own can't make a decision. Academics on their own can't make a decision. It's a platform where all of us engage robustly and arrive at a decision which we believe could be in the interest of the country. And I don't think there could be any better way to appoint judges than that most transparent way, which allows for that kind of a robust engagement and a level of representativity where no one has got a dominant voice.
All right, let me then ask you about your political party, the ANC. My goodness, Ronald, it's in a difficult situation financially, is the ANC. How are you going to run an election and hope to be successful under these circumstances?
Yeah, no, it's a difficult election, it's true. It comes at the backdrop of the Political Funding Act, which has also made it very difficult in terms of the capping. We are indeed in a very difficult situation. And obviously, the situation of local government basic service delivery does not also make it easier. But we are doing our best under the circumstances, and the ANC has always emerged under difficult circumstances. Hence, you will have seen us looking at crowdfunding coming into the party to help find some resources that will enable us to function, and also us moving around and also changing the system of electing mayors, interviewing them, so that the best capable candidates emerges, so that we have got capable and competent people running our municipalities. And in that way, I believe we'll be able to turn around the situation.
Lastly, how will you defend yourself against the charge that could come under the framing perhaps that says you, as the current NEC led by Cyril Ramaphosa, are the people who got the ANC, who inherited an ANC that was in a general ward, already ill and unwell, and oversaw its transferal from a general ward to an ICU, if not possibly to its death. Given, for instance, the fact that the whole mess and shambles around the submission of the list, something totally unprecedented. It had never happened before.
Yeah, there was no COVID-19 even before. So we were found an ANC indeed in difficult, but we are taking the ANC out of the ward. We are in a process of renewal. We are the first one to take people through a selection process where the communities also play a role, and the selection of candidates has been very representative, where the community had a clear and a majority say, including the elections of some of the mayors, where there will be interviews, they will be competent, but also the processes of step aside, those that have been found wanting, that they must step aside. So we're taking back the ANC to its renewed values, the values of Tambo, the values of Walter Sisulu, the values that the ANC has been known for. So this process of cleansing will definitely be painful. There will be excruciating pain because it's this process of cleansing. But at the end of it, the ANC will emerge a strong organization, its values restored.
All right, Ronald Lamola, thank you for engaging me on these issues. He is the Minister of Justice and Correctional Services, but also a leader, one of the top leaders of the African National Congress, answering a number of questions.